Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. We're breaking out with a new creation.
Silkgrass Village in the Stann Creek District is the home of Van's Natural Wine. Evan Castillo has been in the winemaking business for many years. Our Belize Watch team stopped by to get a look at his operations. We will have that for you after we hear from our partners. Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, the Barry, Shell Belize, and the National Gas Company.
The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, BNECT, celebrates 10 years of partnership with Restore Belize. Since 2012, the Trust has provided funding of over $401,000, which has positively impacted the lives of 118 students. The BNECT is Restore Belize's largest partner in the 4-year scholarship program that provides tuition, books, uniforms, tutoring, scholarship club membership, internship opportunities, and mentorship support. The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, contributing to the education and empowerment of Belizeans.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Pay less.
Shell V-Power, with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell.
But what is the National Gas Company really? And how does it acquire transparently priced supplies of liquefied petroleum gas for the people of this country?
First of all, there was a new law written to regulate the National Gas Company. The process starts with open and transparent tendering, where LPG companies, Belizean or foreign, can compete to supply the country of Belize with liquefied petroleum gas. Once the supply agreement has been concluded and delivery details agreed, marine gas carriers arrive to offload well over 1 million gallons of LPG on a single stop. Prior to offloading the ship, LPG is quality checked by an independent fuel auditing third party to ensure that the quality being received is acceptable for use in the country of Belize. With the modern storage infrastructure installed by the National Gas Company, Belize has more than 1.6 million gallons of LPG storage available. This volume provides the country more than the monthly national consumption, thereby providing a crucial buffer in this era of climate change and supply disruptions.
The National Gas Company of Belize, fueling Belize forward.
It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from.
We are here in the Silkgrass village, the village of Silkgrass in the Stann Creek District. I think, if I remember correctly, Silkgrass was settled after Hurricane Hattie, right? After Hurricane Hattie, people moved out of Dangriga because Dangriga was badly affected by Hurricane Hattie, you know? And people moved out of Dangriga and came to Silkgrass. And Silkgrass has grown, it has blossomed into a good size and beautiful village with nice streets, I mean laid out streets and what have you. And we are at Van's Natural Wine here in Silkgrass Village in the Stann Creek District. Let me look at the sign here. It says, location, Silkgrass Village, Stann Creek, Belize. Contact us at 65, you read the contact numbers.
Contact us at 653-2199 or 601-6856.
And the email is jasoncastillo534@yahoo.com. and they also have a Facebook page. Now, what I find interesting here, Kylie, and I know you are young, and I would not encourage you to go drinking wine, but you could taste it. I'll give you permission as my granddaughter. Okay. Right? I mean, you already graduated from high school. So I'll give you just a taste.
Okay, just tasting.
Okay, we'll just taste Van's natural wine. And I think Jason, this gentleman here must be Jason. So let's go in. You go first.
Thank you.
All right. Jason, how are you?
I'm Evan.
Where did Jason come from?
Jason is my son.
Jason is your son. Okay, that's your son over there.
Yes, sir.
See, as I came in, he said hi, you know, and Evan. Evan
Castillo. A.K.A. Vance. Natural Vance.
Vance, and that's why the wine name Vance. Yes. Because you took the E out and left in the V-A-N and you add an S to it.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting. So it's Van's Natural Wines.
Yes, sir.
All right. And where did that concept of Van's Natural Wine come from?
Well, it's just a natural creativity, natural creativity that I did to decide to create something on my own. So I decided to make it as a wine and make it as my name, initials to the label. Yes.
And where did you learn to do wines, Evan?
In Serena, I've been practicing wine from primary school. Okay. So I said, you know what, I will think about it, and decide to make it as something, as a beverage that people love, and people do love wine. So I said, you know what, I will take this thing to a different level. So I decided to do some meditation, do some praying, and do some fasting, and ask God for all the decisions, naturally, not on my own, from God decisions that will give me a possibility to bring this business as a light. Because the light is the world, right? And we are the light. So we decided to bring this wine to standard for everyone to enjoy.
I like what you have just said, you know. We are the light, and everything that we do comes from within us, you know. And obviously you had this art of winemaking within you, and you have done it.
You know, I have a professional touch in making wines. But with the inspiration of where God gives, you could bring anything to light. And anything that comes to light is better for not only me, for someone else and someone else.
Okay. Well, Evan, this is my granddaughter, Kylie. I just said, I've noticed out there, I told her she could maybe just taste a little bit, because it's natural fruit wine, right? So let's point out, it's natural fruit wine, Belizean made, right?
It's natural organic fruits, not chemicals, not GMO, just natural fruits that locally grow in Belize. And it's a tropical fruits.
Well, I'm eager to see what you have, because I understand also that you entertain visitors from the cruise lines and different places and resorts and so.
Locals as well, even the locals as well.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't you just give me a tour of how you would entertain a visitor to your winery, and we just walk around with you and see what you got. Okay. That's good?
No problem, sir.
All right.
I will always welcome to do that.
And Jason is right over there. Hi, Jason. How are you doing? Very good. Yeah, Jason also does dancing, right? That's what I was told. I saw the face. You were on one of Low FM's dance shows, on one of Low FM shows. Well, I can't hear you. Make me go hear you. Come this side, Jason.
Yes, so I did dancing for Love FM. I did for Giselle, and I did for also myself. For Smart, other entertainers, as in Festival of Arts, local shows, and even for myself on my Facebook page. People doesn't know me as Jason, only as Jashan Garbot Castillo.
Okay, Jasson. Jasson. That's taking Jason and pronouncing it in French, right? Jasson. All right? Well, that's a very creative way of putting it. Well, you and your dad have this winery, and he was about to give us a tour. You know, yeah. This is Kylie, by the way. Kylie is my granddaughter. She accompanies me on our shows, right? And sometimes she has some questions when she's in the mood to ask questions, right? So, Evan, just go through the tour as if I was coming from a hotel or something like that. Let's just see what you offer, what you got to offer here.
Right now, what
I could hold the microphone for you so you could feel free.
All right. The tour consists of the natural fruits of Belize, locally organic, naturally organic fruits that will show the different flavors of wines.
Okay.
So we got star fruit, we got star fruit and passion fruit, crabo, we got smiley apple, we got mango, and we got different species of fruits like the ginger, the grapefruit, the cashew, the blackberry, the sorrel. And we got different species, more fruits of different wine we consume to make the wines. So this is part of the tour we do, that we consider that all these wines that are on the table is just a previews of what we're gonna see more of the star fruit. We got them blackberry, we got soursop, we got mangoes, we got sorrel, we got the dry wine, we got the sweet wine, and we got the wine bitters.
What sort of reaction you usually get from visitors that will come?
Well, we always get a good result from the visitors. Everybody amazed to see the wines, and amazed to see the fruits, and amazed to taste the wines.
Any preservatives in the wine at all?
No GMO. It's
No GMO. Just natural. Everything is just natural.
No GMO, no preservatives.
Okay. All right. Well, let's continue our tour then.
Okay, sir.
Kylie, you want to ask anything?
What's the difference between the bitter and the sweet, and what's the process?
The process of the wine bitters is just we use the Parle Umbre and the Contribio, mix a little bit of aniseed with the natural wine. So we don't put nothing else beside the bitters, which is the sticks of the herbs, right? So that's what we do. Yeah. Then when it comes to the wines, we have the sweet wines, which is for the Belizean and for the tourists who like sweet. Then we got the dry wine for the tourists and the Belizean who doesn't like sweet, who are diabetic. So you can drink the wine that is made from the bitters, that is for diabetic, but it's dry and not sweet. All right?
Let us say you do a barrel of wine today. You create a barrel of wine today. You let it set for what? 5 months, you said?
5 months in fermentation.
And then in fermentation. After it is fermented, it will take you another 5 years before you can start drinking it?
You could say 3.5 years.
3.5 to 5 years before you can start drinking
consume. I just don't do like wines that consume for 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. I do wines.
That's young wine, not true?
It's young wine. The wine have to be filled and processed the right way, because everything takes in the process of the fermentation. For the wine to get strong as an alcoholic beverage, which is 13.9%, you have to be aged. When it's in the process of young, like 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, 1 year, it's still fermented. So when you consume fermented wine in the stomach, it gives you a different feeling and burnness in the stomach.
That's the one when you don't drink it and you wake up the following day, you're still drunk, right?
There's a goma, where Belizeans say. Yeah. But people are call it intoxicated.
Yeah.
So it gives you a burn feeling and way up feeling for the next morning and next days. But when you drink a well-purified wine, aged wine, you don't have that feeling.
So if I would pick up this bottle of wine here, this product would be maybe about 6, 7, 8 years old. That's in my hand, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
But when I open this, I'm bringing something that has been aged to perfection and can
you
compare with anything that's imported.
Because when you look at the bottom of the wine, there is no settlements. There is no settlements. The first thing when you look at the aged wine is that when you turn it up, you don't see any dirt. But when you have unfermented wine, you have a lot of settlements.
Yeah, I noticed that because sometimes I would buy local wines.
So when the tourists come, the first thing they look at is the quality. They hold up the wine, they turn it up, and they say, well, it's a well-aged wine. But when they turn to pop it open, the corks, to take it out, and they taste the first flavor, then they said, it's aged. It's a real aged wine.
Aged wine.
Mm-hmm. So that's the process of the wines that you need to have in standard. So you can have a competition with the stores that selling the wines that come from Italy, Germany, and all over the world, right?
And those are mostly grape-based, right? And
we don't have the varieties like how we have.
The varieties like we have here.
Because here in Belize, we have natural organics, varieties wine, varieties fruits, I mean.
I think that's an important message that for wine drinkers, though, because I know, for example, my cameraman, Chris, likes to drink wine. right? And he would drink a lot of he'll maybe pull on the imported bottle of wine every now and then and feel like he doing a big deal. But I guess, Chris, this is just as good, natural wine, Mali apple. This one is a sweet wine.
We got the blackberry sweet. We got the blackberry dry. Then we got here sweet.
But
then we got soursop.
Soursop.
This is an
good
organic
stuff.
fruit. And this soursop is also good for cancer patient. The leaf of the soursop and the fruit of the soursop. This is a chemo for cancer patients. And then we got. So you want to ask a question?
No, the soursop, like you rightly say, is good for cancer. This is also an 7-8-year-old bottle of wine, right? Let me do the examination. What you say? Yeah.
You cannot see it because the
bottle is dark. Yeah.
But if you look at this,
this
soursop.
This is soursop as well. Now, what's the difference between this yellow, color, and this dark one?
The bottle is here.
It's just a bottle. It's just a bottle. Okay.
But this is a natural color of soursop wine.
Okay. So, yeah. Soursop.
Then we got the star fruit. This is star fruit. This is in Spanish we call this carambola.
Carambola.
This is a Hispanic word, but Belize is naturally star fruit. This is one of the fruit that the resort use a lot for designing their plates of food. Because when you cut this in an angle, it gives you a star brand.
Okay.
So this is mostly organic dry wine we use to make different flavors of it. So
no, you said that says sweet, and some of them have natural.
Some of them that is soursop. This is just natural. This is not dry nor not sweet, but just in between. I don't do sweet wine as well.
How do you get a sweet wine like the one you picked up just now, and one that's dry? What's the difference between both of them?
With the sweet wine, I don't make sweet wine because the sweet wine comes with a lot of sugar. Okay. So with the sweet wine, you use a lot more sugar than the dry wine. The dry wine consumes of mostly cane.
Okay.
The cane and the molasses, because we use the stuff that called molasses, the burnt sugar. So we use a lot of burnt sugar, which is the molasses. Right. Then we also use the liquid molasses that is very sweet.
So molasses actually go into the process of making the wine as well.
Yes, that ferment the wine.
Ferment the wine. Okay.
Rather than the natural brown sugar, it's the fermenting molasses.
Okay. Now you said they're no sweet, but I see sweet mark here. That's why I was asking. What's
this is a sweet.
This sweet. And how do you go about making this sweet? Because it's marked sweet.
This sweet because we put more molasses.
Oh, it's just more molasses in this than the other one.
Than the sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. What bring the sweet mostly for the blackberry wine? All sweet wine is mostly more molasses and less sugar. But with the dry wine, we use less sugar and more cane. Naturally, cane that planted in the yard. So we chop up like 2 buckets of cane strips and we add it to the barrel. Wow. So we use less sugar and more cane because the cane bring the sugar as well. If you chop up cane and you mash up cane, you get natural sugar cane juice. Yeah. Just as how the people do it in different places, that they grind the sugar, grind the cane, and they get the juice restrict the juice from the cane. So when you restrict the juice from the cane and add it to the barrel, or just add the cane into the barrel, that's bring mostly sweet. Right? Excellent. Okay.
So, where do we go next? Let's continue your tour. It's your tour.
All right. This is
sorrel too.
This is a sorrel. This is a dry sorrel. Then we got the sweet sorrel. And these all take the process of every one of the wine, just as the sweet and the dry. Same process, different methods, right?
Do you show some of the processes on your tours?
Not really much. Okay. Not really much, because we don't want other people to implement the same standard of getting the method how to do the wine. So it's a special secret.
Okay, so it's your secret. Yes. And
Well, just explaining some of the methods, how we do our wines.
Okay.
Right?
And how long have you been doing this?
Well, with this whole building, I just created this building in 2017, but I've been doing wine from, like I said, from when I was in primary school.
And so some of these wines are aged from that time till now, or you have
No.
you have some of the original wine that
These
you did?
wines are from 2001.
Okay.
I had wine from 2001. But then I had wine that just recently set, just between 2017 to now, 2022.
Okay. So what will be the difference in taste now between a 7-8-year-old wine and one of those that you have from 2001, which is really 21 years?
Well, you're gonna have a mild taste, nothing different, but just the fruit, because you will taste the natural fruits in the wine of different varieties.
Okay.
What you want to do, you want to taste the fruits of the different fruit wines.
Let's do it. I'm at your service here. Let's just.
Okay. Let me.
What about the level of alcohol in each wine, in each bottle? How high is
13.9%.
How does that compare with imported wines?
Well, imported wines are like 18, 19 to 24% alcohol.
Yeah.
Some of them go to also 30% alcohol, which is high above the prescribed limit. For like driving and so on, it's high above the prescribed limit.
So in these wines that you do, the alcohol content is very low.
Yes, low. It's a mild drink, but it also get you intoxicated when you go above the limit.
Yes. Everything in moderation.
Everything is, yes.
So you should not be drinking with excess. You should just drink in moderation.
Because with the tourists, within tourists, wild wine, they don't drink to get drunk. They just drink to get a little bit, just in between the standard that you can control their symptoms. Because when you drink a lot of alcohol, you get intoxicated so high that you cannot remember the next minute what you did.
And I know one of the highlights, like you're rightly saying, of a visit to a winery is the taste session, the tasting session. That is the highlight of the whole thing, right? I've been to wineries in California, and I've been through these tasting sessions and what have you.
Let me show you one of the dry wine.
We'll do some tasting whenever you're ready.
This is one of the natural wine of the Blackberry wine, dry wine.
Dry wine.
Yeah. Then we got the sweet one, as I said.
This is sweet.
Yeah.
So this is sweet.
This is sweet. This is my blackberry. This is my apple sweet, and this is blackberry dry. Then we got the blackberry sweet.
Oh.
All right. Then we got the next two more wine here, which is the Blackberry Bitters. And then I don't know if you hear about the Blackberry wine bitters.
No, I have not heard of Blackberry Bitters. So you might have to explain about Blackberry wine. I understand it's the concept of sweet and dry wine.
Blackberry wine bitters,
the bitters
is that we use the blackberry wine, natural blackberry wine, and then we add the Pala de Umbre and the Contribo, soaked in aniseed. Yes, and not too much aniseed, but just a little bit aniseed.
Wow.
And then we put the blackberry wine that have a blend. So that everyone could appreciate the blend, because a lot of people don't like bitters, except for men. Men like bitters because they think that bitter is going to perform better than normal. So I do an experiment, and I bring a blackberry wine bitters, so everyone could appreciate. And so far, it's going good. A lot of people are tasting it, and they like it.
You make a taste so.
Sure. Then we also have the Cashew wine bitters. We got Cashew wine bitters, Sour wine bitters.
It's the same concept like the Blackberry
same concept.
wine bitter.
Everything is the same concept. All right? See, when you talk about aged wine, look at it. You don't see any settlements in the bottom. It's purity.
Turn upside down. Nothing
no settlements.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
We've seen that for ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's to show the proof of the 100% purity wine.
And made in Belize. So we have to encourage folks, when you buy wine next time, buy a Belize wine with your Belize fruits, grown in Belize and made right here in Siltgrass, professionally, bottled professionally.
Everything.
Yeah.
So we need, with these wines, you need a natural wine opener to open the wines because it's a corks.
That's what impresses me a lot when I pick up these bottles, right? You know, you go and you buy maybe a local product, and you have to, it's in an improvised cover, right? But yours is sealed properly. And I think that's what the tourists they look for, because this is what they're used to in a store.
Yeah, that's what
you have the label and you have it properly sealed, you know?
Even the ones that have the screw on, you can tap the seal and turn it open, which is the seal. These are the sealed ones.
So every bottle you sell is sealed like this?
Every bottle of wine is sealed, except for the local standard that Belizean like. Pop up open, quick thing open, ready to drink. Yeah.
You sell that too?
Yeah, we sell that. And these are the ones that we sell on the market.
But the tourist market would only buy these.
Not only tourist market. Locals buy these because they want to look good.
No, but the tourists would mostly buy
tourists,
these only.
Tourists will mostly buy these. Yeah.
That's the point.
So it's tamper proof.
Okay, it's tamper proof. You know, because sometimes I don't know about Chris, but sometimes you buy local wines, and if you don't cover, you carry it home, but sometimes you're not drinking. You know, you feel. But when you see something covered as professionally as the imported one,
yes.
it inspires more confidence. So maybe other folks that are making wines and such are deeply considered in investing in the proper labeling and covering.
We got marketing for the wines now. Just that people do locally made, so they keep the wine locally. So then don't think about putting the wine to a different level so it could reach the world. So investing in different materials like the corks and seal, and even the machine that do all the sealing, all the corking, so it could make the wine get out exposed from Belize to the world. So I reach a level to expose the world to Belize, and the world to Belize, Belize to the world, right?
And from your yard here in Silkgrass?
Yes.
Now
From
these
your natural yard, you can get all these fruits here.
You grow all the fruits, right? Or you buy them from people around?
Like the crabbles and the mangoes and the passion fruit and the cashew, I plant in this yard. But when I need more quantity amount, I need to get outside and get the different fruits in quantity so I could fill the barrels with the wines.
Okay.
But certainly most of the local fruits I just grow in the yard.
And just pull and just...
Yeah, rather than have them spoiling.
I agree, totally agree.
Put it into process.
I think this is something that we should promote. In all honesty, I love my country. By the way, as you know, I'm passionate about my country, and this is something that can. We have a lot of fruits that are rotting and wasted. Pineapple, you name it, down the line, mangoes, you know, and so on. And if this could be converted into preservatives, wines, you know, and that sort of thing.
Eating fruit jams,
you know?
some kind of jams from the fruits as well.
Yes.
You could do some stew crab, you could do some stew mangoes, you could do some stew passion fruit, and just cut them up, bottle them, and put them up for the market. Just as the vendors doing Keene right now, they're doing Mariapple, all different fruits of Belize, and sell on the roadside.
But is your wine available in supermarkets in Belize City or around the country?
Not as yet.
Okay. You have any plans to do that?
Yes, got big plans. Okay. Just that when I went down in a sickness, I decided to just slow down the process for a while, so I could get healthy and strong.
So you're getting back healthy and strength.
Yeah. After this stroke and this brain aneurysm, it's going good.
If you didn't tell me you had a stroke and a brain aneurysm, I would not have known that.
Yes, I went to.
So you're really recovering well.
Yeah, I'm well in recovering.
Well, congratulations on your recovery.
Yes, sir, thanks.
Right? You know, and may you continue recovering and moving forward. You know, and I like your entrepreneurial spirit. I like the fact that you're not afraid to create a quality product that you label. You can see the label compared with can be compared with what we import, and the bottle feels the same, feels good. You know, we could read on a shelf.
It's no difference from there's no difference from our imported wine, certainly.
Yeah, except the flavor. And it's a Belizean flavor.
Because we've been eating this fruit from ever since we are young.
Yeah.
From we are growing up, we have mangoes, we have crab, we have passion fruit, we have star fruit, we have cashew, we got blackberry, we got ginger, we got cane, we got everything.
No imported fruit, right?
No imported fruit. That's why we live long.
Yeah, that's right. So, picking up this bottle of wine, the only import here would have been maybe the plastic and the label, the plastic here, the cork, and the bottle.
Yes,
but what's inside the bottle, no part of it is imported.
No part of it is imported.
What it consume?
No part of it is imported. It's naturally made.
In Belize?
And natural hands that mash and grind the fruits.
You know, I would have loved to see you in action, putting together at least the base.
Well, we could do our next recap. So when I have the wine coming up into process, we could do our next recap and show how actually we squeeze the fruits, mash the fruits, chop the cane, grate the ginger, and wash the fruits. So we could do all of that. So we could see the process of doing the wines. Because in Italy, what I saw on Facebook page, that people trample on the fruits with their feet, mashing the fruits.
That's how they do it.
But I don't do mashing of fruits with my feet. I mash them with my hands.
Okay.
I grated the fruits, the ginger with my hand. I chop the cane, peel the cane, wash the cane, and set them in the barrels.
So no foot in there.
No foot in there. People said you had to put your foot in the sere.
Yeah.
So you don't put your foot in the sere because people will say, "Oh yeah, put your foot in the sere."
Yeah.
But it mean your hand.
Yeah.
So you have to put your effort.
Yeah,
everything is effort work, Mr. Renee.
It is, and certainly teamwork has produced a good product here. And a lot of work that you have done. So Van's Natural Wine, Fruits of Life.
Fruits of Life.
Yeah, and the organic blackberry.
I come across the fruits of life because we all live by the fruits. The fruits is life, and we are life.
Yeah.
If the fruits don't have life, then it have no taste. It's a dead fruit. So the fruits of life come into my head. I say, you know what? We've been eating these fruits for years and years, and we born and grow and we dead. But the fruits remain. So I decided to say, you know what? I will use my own initial of fruits of life.
Yeah.
Guys, it's our life. It's our life.
Excellent.
Castillo spoke to us about the process of preparation and fermentation of his wines. We take a break to hear from our partners.
The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, BNECT, celebrates 10 years of partnership with Restore Belize. Since 2012, the Trust has provided funding of over $401,000, which has positively impacted the lives of 118 students. The BNECT is Restore Belize's largest partner in the 4-year scholarship program that provides tuition, books, uniforms, tutoring, scholarship club membership, internship opportunities, and mentorship support. The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, contributing to the education and empowerment of Belizeans.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Honduras, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Be less.
Shell V-Power, with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell.
But what is the National Gas Company really? And how does it acquire transparently priced supplies of liquefied petroleum gas for the people of this country?
First of all, there was a new law written to regulate the National Gas Company. The process starts with open and transparent tendering, where LPG companies, Belizean or foreign, can compete to supply the country of Belize with liquefied petroleum gas. Once the supply agreement has been concluded and delivery details agreed, marine gas carriers arrive to offload well over 1 million gallons of LPG on a single stop. Prior to offloading the ship, LPG is quality checked by an independent fuel auditing third party to ensure that the quality being received is acceptable for use in the country of Belize. With the modern storage infrastructure installed by the National Gas Company, Belize has more than 1.6 million gallons of LPG storage available. This volume provides the country more than the monthly national consumption, thereby providing a crucial buffer in this era of climate change and supply disruptions.
The National Gas Company of Belize, fueling Belize forward.
It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from.
Okay, so Van's natural wine, fruits of life. How many people are involved in your business?
Well, Mr. Rennie, honestly, I only got three employees. Me, my son, and my workman. Just three of us.
And what are their roles?
My role, I have to set the wine.
Set the wine. Explain your role, and then I'll ask you the role of each one of them.
My role for set the wine is that I have to insist that I get all my fruits on time. Once a season come in, I need to get my fruits on time so I could do my fermentation and do my processing, like washing the fruits, selecting the fruits, put them in the barrels, and let them ferment.
Okay. Now let's just take one fruit that's in season right now. It's about let's say mango.
Right now we have mango in season, so I will need to get all my buckets of mangoes so I could wash them, put them into fermentation, and get my cane, my ginger, and everything that need to process in the wine to get them ready. So I could do all the mashing and squeezing and straining and sort of. So I need to have all those things on hand.
But mango, you do mango every year, or how does that work?
I do mango like every 5 years. So I will do maybe probably 5 barrels of mangoes.
Right now?
Right now for this year. So when those 5 barrels are getting low, then I need to restock. Restock the mangoes. Okay. So with the process, I need to do all selection of fruits so I could do all the wines.
So if you're not doing mango, then you're doing Malay apple. If you're not doing Malay apple, then you're doing crabo, and that's the
whatever we need to get on hands, we need to get them and put them into process.
If you talk about barrels, how many bottles would come out of a barrel roughly?
From a barrel, approximately 14 cases.
14 cases of wine would come out of one barrel. 14 cases. All right.
That's what I calculate from the barrel in the boxes. And at
any given time, you would have how many barrels fermenting at any given time?
Well, due to my time calendar, I will have probably 5 barrels or 6 barrels in process of different wines.
Okay. So there's a monthly production. How does that work?
Well, the production not too fast enough for me, so the wine will just probably sit in the barrels till the time comes for sealing, for making sales. Okay. So the time it stays in the barrel, it just build up more strength in the wines. Okay.
And so you decide when this is ready, let me bottle it.
When I go on the calendar and I check the time from the time it starts to the time to set, then I said, okay. So I go every now and again, I go into the barrels of different wines and taste it. Okay. So it doesn't become vinegar. Okay. Or get spoiled.
Wine can become vinegar, you're so right. What causes that? What do you have to do to prevent that?
Due to the lack of putting the right process, materials into process into the wine. Okay. Lessen the sugar or lessen the molasses that sweeten the wine. So if the wine doesn't have enough sugar, it doesn't get too sweet. Okay. So it loses taste. So it could become vinegar.
But vinegar also has its uses. Do you do vinegar?
Yes, I also do vinegar. I also do apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider? From what apple? Because we will import, they're not the apple I'm thinking about, the yellow apple, the red apple.
Yeah, you do the red apple vinegar, you could do the grapefruit, you could do Malay apple, you could do whatever fruits in vinegar. Okay. Because you need to do a different process with the vinegar. So you add less sugar and more fruits.
Okay. Do you do vinegar?
Yes, sir. I do apple cider vinegar. Right now I have some Malay apple vinegar.
Malay apple vinegar.
Malay apple cider vinegar. Yes.
This is a Malay apple.
I don't really have a label because I don't really put it on market.
Okay.
It's just whoever I want to give it, or just give them a bottle, or sell them a bottle for $2, $3 or $5. I sell it.
Okay.
But this is naturally apple cider vinegar, purity in color, and no settlements.
Okay, but made from local Malay apple that grows grown in Belize.
Natural Malay apple.
You know, let me. Yeah, this is vinegar indeed. This is vinegar. It's not wine.
This is a Malay apple.
Yeah, this is Malay apple.
That's me.
Malay apple?
Yeah.
You're familiar with the Malay apple? You eat Malay apple?
Yes, it grows right in our yard.
So you enjoy eating it?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about eating Malay apple?
I think I like the texture a lot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We also in Malay apple we also have the sweet and we got the sour. There is a difference between the fruits. We got the female and the male, just as the woman and the man.
Which one's sour?
I cannot tell. But you can tell from the difference because this one, when it less dark, and like this pink color, this is sweet. This is sweet because I could tell because I have some the other day for
So would this
me.
be a male or female?
This will be a female.
A female. So the female are sweet.
Sweet than the man.
And the man. Okay.
Yeah, but they also
That's
have
acceptable.
And also we have the dark ones, the dark Malay apple, which is dark, really dark.
A familiar dark one.
Yeah.
That's a male one.
That's a male one, but we also have some of the male one that is sweet as well.
Sure.
Yeah, just as a man, because they have some man that is sour and they have some man that is sweet. And hand me that, Pasha. Star fruit.
Star fruit.
Then in the star fruit flavor, we have the sweet star fruit and we have the sour star fruit. So also you have to combine this with the wine, because if you have the sweet Malay apple and you have the sweet star fruit, you could get an extra sweet wine. And if you use the sour one, you can get also a sour wine, but you have to blend the fruits with the sugar. Okay. So you have to use less sugar with the fruits as well when it comes to fermentation. So it's a difference between
science, that you know.
Science. Chemistry is a whole lot of science. Chemistry based on science. So we have to use actually the sweet fruits and the sour fruits. Because I actually have star fruit that is sour. Then we have star Malay apple that is sour. Yeah. Then we got the sweet one.
So you got to find a blend.
You got to find a blend. A perfect blend to blend the wine. So if you use a whole like 15 buckets of Malay apple or 15 buckets of star fruit that is sweet, and you put more sugar top of it, then it becomes a problem. You get actually sweet wine, and with the sweet wine, it could spoil. Well, sweet wine could spoil. People don't know that. A lot of people don't know that a sweet wine could spoil.
Anyway.
So it does a sweet wine spoil quicker and
spoil quicker.
Okay.
The one that is blend in between. Yeah, it's spoil in between. Right?
So the in between is important.
Yes, in between.
So a bit of the sour and the sweet is important for the wine, the quality of the wine.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that you could probably mix like star fruit and Malay apple together, or do you just typically keep them separated?
No, keep them separate. I keep them separate. We don't want to do a blend with Malay apple and star fruit because you don't know what kind of wine you're going to get. Right? That is the most part of the science and the chemistry, because you cannot blend two fruits with one wine. You have to use one specific fruits for one wine.
But a sweet and a sour fruit, from what I'm understanding, and you get that blend. You decide how much, on your expertise, to decide what blend you will use. Right?
Yes, sir. It's all right.
All right, but I could imagine though, looking at the fruits and looking at a mango. Pass me a mango, Kylie. Yeah. Now looking at these mangoes, right? How you handle the mango seed, man?
Mangoes,
how you handle the mango seed? Because that's supposed to be a lot of work chopping around a mango seed.
No, we just we just wash the fruit properly. The way I wash these fruits are with apple cider vinegar to take off all the bacteria and all elements. You soak this in vinegar with water so it can clean the fruit properly. And we just cut off the top, and then we take the mango and we mash it up. We soak the mango in water for like 3 to 5 days so it gets soft. And then after 5 or 6 days to a week, we go into the barrels and we just mash the fruits and restrict all the skin and the seed. Everything will sit down in the bottom of the wine. The skin and the seed will sit down.
Okay.
So when you add the preservatives inside, which is the ginger and the cane, everything start to ferment, foam up. We'll call it foam, and that lift up all the trash, the skin, the peeling, and everything.
And the seed will float.
No, the seed will remain to the bottom.
And what you do with the seeds?
We leave them in the wine for a couple more weeks, to like 6 months to 5 to 6 months. Let it ferment.
The seed as well.
Yeah. So you restrict all the nutrients from the seed, so it become pure white seed.
Okay.
Then we restrict that out of the barrel.
Yeah, take the seed out.
Yeah, take out the seed, the trash. They kind of eat the mango, all the trash. Yeah, so we take out all that foam up, and then we restrict.
Scrape it off.
Scrape that off.
And then the seed.
Then just then the seed a later date. Then all the water from all the juice from the barrel, we restrict it and throw it into another barrel, and let only sit, only the juice on the water sit. And then we add the cane, then we add the ginger, then we add the corn, and then we add the molasses. So it keep fermenting. And the process for fermenting go almost to a month, to a year, to an year and a half in fermentation. So it just keep on fermenting till we restrict everything from it.
And then after that, it sits, like we had said before, for another 5 years or so, just aging.
Yeah. But with the sitting, we have to add the sugar or the molasses timely. Timely, so it doesn't become vinegar.
So it doesn't just sit and you're covered. You'll have to be putting in every now and then the sugar, the molasses. So you have to go and check each barrel that you have sitting there.
Yeah. Timely.
Is that the difference between the fermentation and it sitting? Is the adding of the molasses and?
Yeah, it's different. The fermentation will be in the time of the beginning of the fruit wine to the ending of the fermentation, when the bubbling and the fermenting, cooking that is happening in the barrel stops. When that stops and then it's down pure, then you see the purity of the wine. You want me to show you?
Yes, sure, we'd like to see that. Okay, yeah, man.
All right, Mr. Renee, this is one of the process of setting the wines. This wine here is a Cashew wine. Okay. A Cashew wine that I'm setting. Okay.
All this is the trash you're talking about that floated up.
Yes. This is Cashew wine. What you see floating here is pure ginger.
Oh, okay.
This is the ginger when you grate it, and you got 1 and 2 cashew. That still need to restrict from this barrel. So right now this is in process of fermenting. Right? This is cashew wine, and this is going to sit here for another year and a half.
And it sits sealed, right?
Yeah,
well, maybe you have just opened it to show us, but it
show you.
But from time to time, you'll be adding, after you finish, you'll be starting adding sugar to this after it's fermented.
Right now, I just adding like 20 pounds of sugar. Okay. I had 20 pounds of sugar because it have 2 buckets of cane strips in the bottom with the corn. So this is going to sit for a year and a half before restricting the ginger and everything out of the wine. But when we restrict certain things, we only restrict the ginger and the juice. Then the cane restrict from the bottom of the cane from the bottom of the barrel restrict from this into another barrel.
No, I noticed looking in the barrel that you see little bubbles are coming up on the bottom of the barrel. It's like cooking at the bottom there, like it's actually bubbling. A bubble every now and then, a bubble come up.
Bubble like a pot of food. It's bubble like a pot of food. Keep cooking. When the cooking stop, the bubbling stop, when you restrict the wine, the juice from this, then it starts to come purity. All right? Give me a shot glass. Give me a shot. All right, this is one wine that is already in processing. Then I'm going to show you a barrel of wine that is completely cooked, which going to be the Sorrel, which is the #1 wine people like here in Belize, especially on Christmas. All right.
How many bottles do you say you get out of a barrel like this again? 14 cases.
14 cases.
14 cases. Okay, that would be 14 times 12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Rennie, where we got here is our process of Sorrel wine that done ready cook, ready processed for 3.5 years.
Okay.
This are ready cooked. So I'm going to show you a sample of the wine from this barrel.
You could drink from this already?
You could drink from this. You could bottle right from this, but we do a process that we filter the wine and then we bottle the wine.
Okay. So ordinarily, you would this is what you would that would be normally sold when it reaches this stage, but you go further than that, and you keep it for another 5, 6, 7 years aging.
Yeah, just keep it sit down here for another couple of more years.
Okay.
So you only bottle wines from this barrel or from any barrel when we got the process of putting on the market.
Okay.
Right? So let me show you a sample of the wine.
Okay, so this one is blackberry? This is blackberry. Man, look at this. Clean, clean, clean. Right? And then when you're tasting like this in this little shot glass, you full this one more, how you full the other one. But you just one shot, right? One shot down?
Just one shot. Just one shot. One shot down. But people usually just sip it so they can taste the wine to the bottom of behind the tongue, behind the teeth.
Yeah, no, that's the way you do.
Yeah. Move the wine around your tongue, around your teeth, so you can taste the flavor of the wine. This wine is a blackberry dry. A blackberry dry.
This is good quality. Yeah, you remind me of when I... Go ahead. No, as I'm saying, it reminds me of what when I went to a winery, to several wineries in California. But back the experience about swishing the wine around in your mouth and that kind of thing.
Behind the teeth.
Behind your teeth and that. Just reminded me of that. This one is...
Star fruit.
This is star fruit.
Yes, that's the star fruit.
And the star fruit?
Star fruit got one color. You got its own color. And that like yellow. So the wine for star fruit, I want to be dark, or brown, or red. Yeah, be clear. Because the fruit is yellow. And the juices from the juice, star fruit juice is yellow.
Okay. So, star fruit.
Get it taste like.
Good stuff. Great. Feels good going down too.
What do you think about the star fruit, Mr.
I love the star fruit. I'm matter of fact, all of them. You know? I just get a few.
That's a few.
I think I have to change the wines, my wine stock, and I'm buying one Van's wine after this.
To get a natural taste of the fruit.
Exactly.
Because if you taste the natural fruit itself, from the day we are growing up to now, you know how the wine tastes with the natural fruit.
That's right.
So that the difference between the imported and Belizean natural organic. Because we drink wine, you know. We drink wine. The thing about it, explain to me is that we drink wine people drink wine from outside. And you know most of the time people make wine from the different barks of the tree, not the natural fruit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they make wine from barks.
Barks? The bark of the tree?
Like crabble bark. They put that into process.
But you put the real crabble?
I put the natural fruit. Say the blackberry. So people make blackberry wine, but the bark of the blackberry, the tree bark. Just like how they make the corks.
Forget the flavor, no?
Yeah. You see how they make corks? They use corks from what this tree name? Oak tree.
Oak tree,
They take out the bark from the oak tree, and they take off the bark like sheets. They take off the whole bark of the tree, and they put that into the chemical plant, and they just got a machine that stamp the bark and bring out the corks. Like make one circle and just bring out the corks.
Okay.
I didn't know that oak tree barks could get swell.
Yeah, it swells.
Swell when you smoke it.
So the cork swell when you get wet.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why when you do wines with corks, you have to lay it down so that the cork will get soaked and bring out the taste of the cork, take out the taste of the oak tree. The oak so into the wine.
Yes.
So it also soak the wine to preserve.
That
I do a lot of recovers things from half of the internet.
Yeah.
So I could learn more and more into knowledge because we're never too old for learning knowledge. You know.
I agree.
Knowledge.
I'm still learning, you see. So I'm learning a whole lot here today. Oops, sorry.
Knowledge.
No.
You cannot lose knowledge. You know. Because the Bible tells in Proverbs, he that ignored discipline comes to poverty and shame. But whoever heeded corrections get honored.
That's right. You learn. It's a learning process every day.
Again, in the Proverbs, a lazy hand make a man and a woman poor, but a diligent hand make a man and a woman wealthy.
That's right. I agree.
I studied a lot. You know. So I want to share.
Very biblical and so am I.
Focusing a lot on life, no?
Yeah, that's right.
When we come back, Castillo shares his personal story, and our team has fun, maybe a bit too much fun, tasting the various wines. We take a break to hear from our partners who make this show possible. Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, the Barry, Shell Belize, and the National Gas Company.
The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, BNECT, celebrates 10 years of partnership with Restore Belize. Since 2012, the Trust has provided funding of over $401,000, which has positively impacted the lives of 118 students. The BNECT is Restore Belize's largest partner in the 4-year scholarship program that provides tuition, books, uniforms, tutoring, scholarship club membership, internship opportunities, and mentorship support. The Belize Natural Energy Charitable Trust, contributing to the education and empowerment of Belizeans.
We are the Barry, offering you great products, good service, and of course, the lowest prices in the entire country. Visit us in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio Cayo, Orange, and now in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. The Barry. Get more? Be less.
Shell V-Power, with 3 times more cleaning and friction-reducing molecules. Go well. Go Shell.
But what is the National Gas Company really? And how does it acquire transparently priced supplies of liquefied petroleum gas for the people of this country?
First of all, there was a new law written to regulate the National Gas Company. The process starts with open and transparent tendering, where LPG companies, Belizean or foreign, can compete to supply the country of Belize with liquefied petroleum gas. Once the supply agreement has been concluded and delivery details agreed, marine gas carriers arrive to offload well over 1 million gallons of LPG on a single stop. Prior to offloading the ship, LPG is quality checked by an independent fuel auditing third party to ensure that the quality being received is acceptable for use in the country of Belize. With the modern storage infrastructure installed by the National Gas Company, Belize has more than 1.6 million gallons of LPG storage available. This volume provides the country more than the monthly national consumption, thereby providing a crucial buffer in this era of climate change and supply disruptions. The National Gas Company of Belize, fueling Belize forward.
It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from.
All right, Jason, you are the marketing officer of Van's Wines, all right? Your dad, of course, being the man behind everything. What's the best way to reach out to you?
The best way to reach out to me, we have the Facebook page, which is in Van's Natural Wine. You have my Facebook as in Jashan Castillo, and you have my phone number, which will be as for WhatsApp is going to be 608-9375. You guys can reach out to me through WhatsApp. And also the number that we have here behind on the sign, you can call them either WhatsApp or regular call.
Let me just say that these numbers are 653-2199 or 601-6856.
Yes, that's correct. So whatever, if you guys can reach out to me, I'll be willing to assist you guys. I can get the wines over to you. You can get the different flavors that you want. So your flavor, your service is my concern.
Okay, that's a very good sales pitch there. Your service is my concern. But I see you have a whole gallon of wine here. And then you have some little Contribo. Is this Contribo?
Yes, that is the Contribo wine. That is the bitters wine. And this one here is a Cashew bitters wine.
Okay. So it's Cashew, but with bitters added to it. Like his dad was telling me earlier on that he does things like that.
Yes, it is the actual Cashew wine. We just add the Contribo and the Contribo bitters in it with the aniseed, and we mix it so we can give a nice flavor.
So if I want to take Contribo and maybe some other kind of herbs, because I believe in taking it.
Yes.
Can you add that to a wine? Can you suggest a wine that it will go with? It not necessarily has to just be Contribo. It can be any kind of herbs, right?
Not actually. It can be any kind of herbs. You cannot put any kind of. So it's got to be only the bitters, but it have to be the Contribo or the Palo de Hombre.
Only those two are the main. The main two.
Yes.
All right. So if you want to send me a wine now with Contribo and Palo de Hombre, how would you market that to me?
So I'm not gonna sell. I'm not gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna give you to taste it, and once you like it, then you're gonna say, all right, this is gonna be the one that I'm gonna choose.
Because if I ask you, I'm supposed to know what it's good for, right?
Yes. Tasting is believing, right?
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
And all the best. And Van's wines taste so fine. Okay. So, Jason, we're going to do some wine tasting right now. And I tasted, your dad made me taste some of the wines in process. But now we're going to taste the finished product, right? The product that if someone walks in here, what they will actually be buying. Because I don't think when they come in, he's going to go to that barrel that he took me to in there and dip out some wine and say and sell that. You sell what you have already aged and bottled and what have you. So what we're going to taste now is what will be available on the market, not pre-market stuff.
Yeah, so right now we're gonna open the Blackberry Bitters wine, so you can taste it and see how we have it sealed and how it is packaged off, right? Okay. So all of them are packaged off as professionally. So right now we're gonna pop the seal.
Okay, This is what I like, about Van's wine, that it's sealed in a professional way, just like it's something. And then you have to use
the wine, yes.
Use the Cashew to open it. All right, and then, all right. Just like if I'm opening a bottle of wine from California or somewhere about the place. All right, same sound. All right, and here we go with the taste. And should we say salute to Van's Natural Wines? Now, I was teasing her earlier, she could, but I don't think it's a wise idea, so we'll just leave her out of this one for right now, right? Huh?
I'm personally not prepare bitters.
Oh, it's just because of the bitters, you know, taste this one. Mm-hmm. And I selected this one just because of the bitters.
There we go.
Okay. But you would like to taste the other ones, huh? Mm-hmm. You want permission?
You don't give me permission.
Okay, good. All right.
No takesies, backsies.
All right, let's taste the bitters. Mm-hmm. But you don't taste bitter, it tastes nice.
Yes, that's the point. You know, taste bitter. When people say it's a bitters wine, they actually expect a bitter taste in the wine. It's not a bitter taste. It's gonna be just like a smooth taste you're gonna face. But you will taste a bit of bitters in it, but it's not gonna be bitter.
Yeah, it's smooth, man. Really smooth. So yeah. I mean, I know what bitters is, but this is smooth. The blend is it's a nice blend. Nice. Very good. Congrats. You got a good product. You want me to taste, make a taste something else?
Whichever one.
But maybe put a little bit, no? A little bit less.
All right. So
Definitely that bottle of bitters is going with me. Right? So I make sure I make out my invoice and what have you, because that's going with me. Right?
okay.
And now we move over to the tasting booth now. And this is, well, I'm a tourist, right? And you're introducing me to your wines, right? So let's go.
All right, so we have over here, we have the samples. With this one is going to be the Cider. All right.
Just a little sip here. Here we go. You might leave him one. All right. I never switch it wrong, you see?
I noticed you never did this time. What happened? The wine make you forget? Still no taste it.
Nice. That's a delicious. Your wines are good. I'm impressed. What will you make me try now?
This one we have is the Blackberry, right? So with the wines, you rather than cold. We're not using them with no ice. The ice will change the flavor of it. So when you come to the shop or anywhere else, you'll get it from here. You get it cold. You get it cold. You get it hot. From others, from the gift shop, you can get it just hot. But it is nice when it's hot and it's nice when it's cool.
Yeah.
So
But no ice.
no ice.
No ice.
No ice. So that way you have, actually get the real flavor of the wine.
And then now and these are what you use to.
Yeah, these one are just they wanted just samples. Yeah, sample bottles.
Easier to open. You don't have to uncork a new bottle every time you want somebody to sample, right? Which one do I have here?
That one is the Blackberry.
Blackberry. Okay. I got to admit the quality is there.
All right, so next, this one is the Cashew. We have this Cashew.
Cashew.
Yes.
A whole new taste. Whole new taste. I mean, you can taste in each one of them. You can taste the difference of the wine. You know.
Okay, so the next one we have first ever is Soursop Wine. First ever Soursop Wine.
Okay, here we go. Tastes like soursop. Yeah. Delicious.
Okay, so now this next one we have is grapefruit wine. Just expect quality sourness, right?
Well, grapefruit is okay. Here we go. Salud. Yeah. It's a bit sour indeed. It makes it go, but has a nice taste to it too as well. Yeah. So, Jason, congratulations to you and your father on the business you have and the promotion you're doing of our local Belizean fruits. You know, you're using what we produce in Belize, what comes on the Belizean soil, and converting it into something that is readily appreciated. So, congrats. All right? All the best. Well, Evan, I want to thank you so much for a wonderful morning, right? I totally enjoyed my visit to Van's Wine, natural wines, right? And but I need to know a bit about you. I didn't ask you much about you. I need to know who exactly is Evan? Where were you born, and how did you grow up? And tell me about your parents too.
Well, I born and good at Dangwe, you know. I actually from Dangwe, but I migrate from Dangwe and I began to Kamalote for some years. I grew
When did you leave Dangwe for Kamalote?
From 1993. After I graduated from primary school, I got in a set. I got in a set training and employment center, and from there I migrate down to Kamalote back from Belize City, and lived at Kamalote all the time that I come here in 1997 when my son born.
Why Kamalote? Why you're talking in Dangria about being born in Dangria, going to Kamalote? Why Kamalote and not somewhere else?
I was just curious about living in Kamalote due to certain friends that I have. I may have a friend with me, a good friend of mine, but he migrated to the United States, and he's a pastor now. So I live it with his mom, and we grew up at Kamalote for the time being. And this day they used to make tamales, stew soup, anything. And she make wine. She even sent all the kids at school making wine. So you know what? I get curious about it, and I say, you know what? Wine is something good, but I've been making wine from before. Before I know this lady, I make wine from primary school, because sometimes I used to call Alicia to leave wine at school, make we drink at break time. And once teacher tell me, Mr. Cass and Mr. Flores, he say, why you bring wine? He said, what kind of thing you do? You do experiment pan. I tell him, well, I try something. You know, I just want to try something for make us say, if work, maybe done in a years. So I say, you know what? I'll try this thing, you know, but I can't do it by my own. I need the Almighty God to give me direction, guide me, you know. So I say, right. So I start emphasize on the wine. So I say, you know what? Since when I have my son, I say, you know what? I'll put this thing into practice and try to see if I could bring it professional. But like I said, right, God guide you through the path. So he make everything straight. And when I go directly to he, in a praying and asking, he opened the path for you. So you know what? And he opened the path for me. So, right? He actually opened the path and make the road straight instead of cooking. So I know what. So I say, you know what? Make I take some of the natural foods as the country, like how people know to use it. Because right now when the season they are in a crop scene, I believe everything just go to waste.
A lot of it waste.
Yeah, a lot of it waste. So I say, you know what? I want to do something. Bring a beverage that the world are like, not only me, the world. Because everybody got a different taste bud. Not everybody got the same taste bud. But you know, like, I like. Like I said, you know, back in the days where people say garbage, one man garbage is another man treasure.
Yeah. But it's hard not to like your wines. I tasted a variety of them just now, and all of them would meet anything I would enjoy.
And I'm glad that you actually personally visit Vans, make a taste the buds what you like. You know, so we could promote the business and promote the actual fruit beverages to another level.
I had a very enjoyable time with my first time tasting wine, so I definitely had a eye-opening experience, for lack of better words. But it was really nice, first experience. So now I have a base to see if we'll find another wine and you can improve over the years, and I'll come back and taste you again.
You know, what I enjoyed, Evan, is that you have your son involved, and doing the marketing for you. So you complement each other. You know, I happen to have a good working relationship with my son as well. So I know that's an ideal situation. How has that affected you and Van's Wine?
Well, big head, no, Mr. Mayor. Big strong help towards the business. Because I can't do it only by my own. You know, I could do the wine, but we need the different people in perspective to put the people in are working, purchasing, you know, put the market out. Because me, myself, can't do it. And I don't really got much of the education standard because I only got to as far as a second form high school. But I got a training center. But he got the technology, he got UB got it. Okay. With diploma 6 and all the things. So I don't have that. So if he computerized skills where I don't have, are better for me.
So you complement each other basically and make the business work, and so far the formula has proven to be successful for both of you.
Yes, sir. Really positive, good standard working with Tory.
Now, what's in the future for Van's Wine? What do you see? How do you see the future?
The future, it look good, and there's potential more to invest. You know, because I need to probably put up another fermentation room, a bigger fermentation room, put more barrels and more production out. Because with me only, I can't do it. Because I can't expand myself. So if with two away, right, just with the work together, combine together, we could push it. Because just this building right here, it take a lot of time and a lot of effort.
Well, there might be aspiring entrepreneurs listening to you right now. How would you advise them to conduct themselves? Because entrepreneurship really, and what you're doing is a labor of love, really, because it's something that it comes from within you. Like you rightly said, you started even in school, making wine or experimenting with wines. You went to Kamalota, you found somebody that did the same thing. You learn from that person, and then you come back now and you raise your family making wines, and so really it's something that's born within you. How would you talk to other would-be maybe entrepreneurs and advise them to follow what's within them?
Well, first step, discipline. You have to discipline yourself, discipline your mentals. And with discipline, that could take you a different level. Because I not only create wine for my own, I've been in a resort working for investors. So instead of working for investors for the rest of your life, try to create something for your own. So I could live, and your family could live, and your friends could live off it. And not only your friends, the investors and the foreigners who come could live with that business that where you have in mind for carry out, execute out the discipline where you have it inside. For like me, I would say for small business owners, discipline, conducting, and hard work. Because hard work do pay. People look at hard work in Belize as something like very bad, but hard work bring prosperity. It also bring a lot of unity with people from far and near, because probably you might not like me, but somebody else will come from far, will come from close, will like me. They will like my spirit and like my vibes, but somebody else might like my vibes. So you have to show discipline in this working where we do as self-employed entrepreneurship, right?
And the discipline you're talking about, following that dream, right? Because you have to have a dream, you have to have a dream and a goal.
A dream and a goal have to be in the plans, because if you don't have an aim, it's like dead. It's like, like the Bible says, dreams without plan is dead. So you have to follow your dream and follow that discipline we have inside.
I noticed that you quote the Bible quite a lot, which means that you're obviously a Christian. How did you get to know the Bible?
Well, I studied the Bible from primary school days, because the school where I used to go at Sacred Heart down in Riga, we go to church every Friday, every Sunday. And they don't quote the Bible to you. The pastors that church up quote the Bible. You have to study, get into the Bible to study the Bible. Because like, for one example where I said to you, the Bible in a Proverbs tell you, with us as human beings, where God gives us the inspiration, say the hands. If you have a lazy hand, you have no prosperity. Because a lazy hand cannot bring nothing to you. It said, the Bible says, he that ignore discipline comes to poverty and shame. Then it tell he that who has a lazy hand gain nothing. But a diligent hand gain the world. You understand?
It's like having a business, having a dream, doing nothing about it, then it doesn't happen.
Plans are dead.
That's right. So you got to do something about it, you know.
Something about a dream. And if you do something about a dream, then God will give you the inspiration to move on and open the road.
Well, I like to term it with faith, hope, and love, you know.
The Bible tells you about 3 things in our life. Faith, hope, and charity.
Yeah, meaning love. Charity is love.
Yeah. Faith is the most powerful thing in our human being. God gave a power. Faith gives a power in them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have faith and you don't have trust, it's like no use.
I usually put it like this, right? And tell me what you think about it. Because, folks who listen to me, I will usually put it like this. It's because it does say that the greatest is love, right? Meaning charity, but the greatest is love. All right, so it says these 3 things remain, faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. And so, we always say it on Love FM, Belize and beyond. You have choices. Thanks for choosing love. Choose to love. All the best, man. All right. Belize Watch. Knowledge of the past, impacting the present, building the future.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what?